Hello everyone, I'm Sierra and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a 20-minute postpartum core Pilates workout. So these are the moves that I use to strengthen my core, relieve pain, strengthen my pelvic floor, and heal my diastasis recti after I had my son. And the moves in this video are slow and controlled and are synced with your breath. That's incredibly important, and I'll be reminding you throughout this video to slow down, control your moves, and breathe. It's so important to your recovery. So let's get started. Starting off as always with some cat-cows. So if you're newly postpartum, please don't stretch as deep here in your cat-cows. You need to be very gentle with your core and your body as it heals. And really flow with your breath here and decide for yourself which breathing pattern feels good. Next, let's move into some gentle spine rolls. It's important to really loosen up and feel relaxed here before diving into the rest of this routine. All right, great. Now let's get into some down dogs. Pike back and pedal your feet a bit to get a nice stretch through the legs, calves, and feet. Now we're going to go nice and slow here and take some down dog knee taps. So all of the moves in this routine are slow and controlled, and I don't think I can emphasize that enough. You need to move with your breath. Inhale to prepare. Exhale on the hardest part of the exercise. And when you exhale, make sure to pull up and engage your pelvic floor as well. So Pilates is a wonderful practice to help heal your body after you give birth, but it only works if you are mindful and engaging your pelvic floor and paying attention to your breathing while you're doing these exercises. We're going to do this for a few more reps and then we'll move on to our next exercise. If you want a bit more challenge in this move, go ahead and hover your knees off of the mat. If you're not quite there yet, go ahead and bring your knees all the way down before you pike back up into your down dog. All right, moving on to our next move, we are going to challenge ourselves a little bit with some bear planks. So planks are a fantastic exercise for your transverse abdominals, but if you're newly postpartum, I don't recommend that you do full planks yet until you are healed. So that's why we're going to do some bear planks. Let's get onto all fours here, knees under hips and wrists under shoulders, and then press up on the exhale. We're going to press up so that we're hovering our knees up off of the mat. Inhale to prepare, exhale to execute the move. Hold your bear plank for as long as you can and then lower back down with control. It's okay if you can't hold your plank for as long as you want. With time and consistency, your body will grow stronger, I promise. But you need to be gentle and understanding with yourself, especially here at the beginning of your postpartum journey. So also remember to keep that core tight. Really pull your belly button up into your spine and keep it really tight to make sure that you're not feeling this in your lower back. We're going to take a few more reps here and then we're going to get into some bird dogs. All right, staying on all fours, we're jumping into our bird dogs now. Bird dogs are a challenging move, even if you aren't postpartum. But bird dogs are a wonderful rehabilitative exercise because they work the entire core and they also challenge your coordination and concentration. With this move, send the opposite leg out behind you while you raise your opposite arm in front of you. We're keeping this up for a few more reps, then we'll kick it up a notch. But in the meantime, go slow. Move your body on the exhale and be sure to breathe. Okay, let's prepare. We're going to now do some static hold bird dogs. So these are a great exercise to work up to when you're newly postpartum. These are very challenging, and it's important to remember to breathe while you are in your static hold. You shouldn't be holding your breath. When you hold your breath, the pressure inside of your abdomen presses down on your pelvic floor or on the separation in your abs from your diastasis recti. It presses down on these areas because it is just going in the path of least resistance. So if you don't breathe and exhale while doing these exercises, you won't be able to heal your body. Your breath will literally be working against you. And that is why breathing is so incredibly important. All right, moving into our last bird dog variation, let's do some pulses here. These are quicker bird dogs, a quicker tempo, where we're bringing our arms and legs down for a quick tap on the mat and then bringing them back up. We're doing one set on each side, and then we'll move down onto our backs for the second half of this routine. Fantastic. Okay, quick tea break, and then let's get into the second half of this routine, which is all going to be on our backs on the mat. And if you're newly postpartum, take it easy while getting down onto the mat. You want to avoid crunches or Pilates roll downs for the first few weeks since they pull on the abs and pelvic floor a bit too much for comfort. Take a side bend and then slowly lower yourself down. Okay, while we're here, go ahead and get comfortable, and we're going to do some basic pelvic tilts. So the muscles in the pelvis, including the pelvic floor, are referred to as the girdle of strength in Pilates. The position of the pelvis has so much control over where you're going to feel the work of these exercises. So take some pelvic tilts forward and backward to really feel how much effect your pelvis has on the rest of your body. And then, when you're ready, go ahead and find a neutral pelvis, and let's get into our single bent knee leg lifts. All right, go ahead and bend your knee and then bring your knee slowly up towards your chest. Breathe out as you lift your leg, and be sure to keep your lower back pressed into the mat here. You can keep your hands by your sides or bring them to your lower belly to make sure that you're engaging your core and you're not relying solely on your hips or hip flexors to lift your leg. If you have doming in the middle of your abdomen, if you kind of feel this weird lump pressing up, that is a good indication that you are doing too much for your core right now. So if you're feeling this in your hip or if you're feeling that bulge in your abdomen, don't lift as high. Strength will come in time. Do what you can now, and with consistency, you will get stronger. And because this is such a wonderful exercise, and it's also a very gentle exercise, we're going to do this for another round on both legs. Remember to breathe, exhale when you raise your leg, inhale as you lower it down. So this is going to be the last set of this exercise, and then we are going to move on to our double bent knee leg lifts. All right, moving on to a more challenging move here, our double bent knee leg lifts. So these are pretty intense, I'm not gonna lie. So feel free to work up to bringing your toes all the way down to the mat. I'm only going halfway because I don't want to rush you into thinking you have to go the full range of motion on this move. When you're strong enough, attempt to go all the way, but work up to it. Don't rush. Healing is your priority, and healing comes in tiny, tiny steps. I know it's really frustrating. I remember being so frustrated that I couldn't do a lot of these moves when I was newly postpartum. But each time you do this routine, try to go a little lower. If you do this consistently enough, you will see progress. But if you go too low at the beginning, you sacrifice form and you risk injury. Be gentle with yourself. Your strength will return, I promise you. Okay, we are doing just one more set of these. On the second set, I'm gonna bring my toes all the way down to the mat so you can see what it looks like. But again, if you aren't able to do it, don't feel bad about yourself. You will get there. You just have to give yourself time. All right, now we're going to do some classic glute bridges. So the glutes sit at the very base of our core, yet they're responsible for so much of our core strength that we don't even realize. They're responsible for the health of our lower back, for our pelvic floor. They have so much influence on our body. So let's get a good stretch through the back and work our glutes here as well. Also, be sure to exhale on the lift while also pulling up through the pelvic floor. Tuning into what your pelvic floor is doing here is the main point of this exercise. Exhale and pull up, inhale and relax the pelvic floor and lower to the ground. And then when we get to our last rep, let's transition into our glute bridge marches. Let's bring our feet a bit closer together for stability, and then let's get into our marches. So these are challenging, yet very effective for building coordination and core strength. Staying lifted in our glute bridge, exhale and bring your leg up in a march-like fashion. And this is tough because it is working your coordination, your balance, your glute strength, and your core strength. And if you can't bring your leg up all the way just yet without sacrificing good form, don't worry. Push yourself until it is difficult, but don't let your ego break you of good and proper form. You'll get there soon. Great. Now moving on to our last exercise. Dead bugs. Yes, dead bugs. Dead bugs along with bird dogs are some of the greatest exercises you can do for your core after giving birth. The opposite lowering and raising of your legs and arms challenges your entire body, and it also helps repair and restore muscle coordination and balance. Inhale as you send your arm and your leg out, and then exhale to bring it all in, remembering to draw in through the pelvic floor as well. We're doing 2 rounds of these, and then we are all done. But let's focus and make sure to go at a slow and controlled pace here. Remember to keep your lower back plastered to the mat. This ensures that you're engaging your core and not relying on your lower back, or you're not pulling on your hips, or you're not bringing your spine out of alignment. Proper form is where the healing lies. Proper form is where the strength lies. So don't sacrifice form just to lower your leg or your arm down. Always maintain proper form. A few more dead bugs here, and then we are all done. And just like that, we're done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this routine helpful. If you enjoyed your time on the mat, please subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you in my next video.